Yo guys, what's going on? Got a BlackWarGreymon deck and a gameplay for you guys for the BT8 format. This stuff was revealed a little while ago and I've been testing it out, as you guys know, if you've been watching me for some time. I absolutely love WarGreymon, BlackWarGreymon, all the Greymons. Greymon Tribal is probably my favorite deck ever. And so I thought it'd be kind of cool to put together a list and just to show you guys how powerful this deck is. I really do think this deck will be a serious meta contender for a couple of reasons. So, black and red mixed deck, right? On paper, at least before BT8, mixed decks weren't super feasible just because you needed very specific cards. Like Imperial Dramon is one of the only ones that like consistently work. But now that you have printed black and red cards or just printed multicolored cards, it makes the possibilities for deck building so extremely fun. So the boss monster here is the new BlackWarGreymon. When digivolving, if there's a red card, you get to kill Digimon. If there's a black card, you get to kill Tamers. But basically, you get to kill any combination of those depending on what colors you have for a total cost of 6 or less. So usually when I evolve into him, you either kill a memory tamer, or like a level 4 or lower Digimon, which is really good. Being able to have that option for like the utility for killing maybe a blocker or just going for that Zwart defeat effect where you get to just clear Tamers is insane. And then of course his all turns effect, which is crazy that it's all turns, is whenever your opponent's Digimon's deleted, does not matter how, by card effect, by battle, by security checks, whatever, you get to unsuspend this guy. So that's really insane, effectively getting multiple attacks on him. And then this Greymon here lets you also give him blocker, so then you can unsuspend on your opponent's turn and then, you know, block them with a 12,000 BlackWarGreymon. So Greymon here, Cyclomon, this guy's also a new printed black and red card, but this guy can evolve on black and red. And then the new Agumon here, even though I'm playing red eggs and he's a black Digimon, he can evolve on top of reds, and he also functions as a really nice searcher. So you've got 8 searchers here for your Greymons and your Dragonkins and stuff like that. So it's really nice. And then I'm also playing Gigadramon because he is also another black-red dual card, and plus 2,000 during your opponent's turn is really relevant against yellow decks. And then of course, if you got the blocker effect. But what I think is one of the best cards out of set 8, not only like BlackWarGreymon, but Metal Greymon. Set 8 Metal Greymon is an absolute monster of a card. First of all, he has the effect that is on par with a lot of level 6. He feels like a level 6 a lot of times when I'm evolving him, because first of all, you get to de-digivolve 1 on any of your opponent's Digimon. So it's already like a mini Blitz Greymon. De-digivolve has always been a really good mechanic. But then, of course, you also, after that, get to delete something with 3,000 or less DP. So the ability to effectively kill most level 4s, like if your opponent has like a level 4, you de-digivolve it, goes to 3. Most 3s that are commonly played, unless it's a vanilla, usually have 3,000 or lower. Not only that, but just get to clear the field, get rid of problematic cards that you don't want to have to attack over, maybe something like a Zwart defeat with a on deletion effect, whatever the case, it's insane. And then, of course, what makes it even crazier is inherited. While this Digimon is Dragonkin or machine in its type, it can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. Okay, so that makes BlackWarGreymon the ability to attack twice on unsuspended Digimon. And this also, if you guys notice, this BlackWarGreymon, the set 2 secret rare BlackWarGreymon, also gets to basically attack infinite times if your opponent doesn't have a blocker, because it's when attacking, if you attack your opponent's Digimon that has the highest DP, unsuspend this Digimon, that effect is not once per turn. So you can attack your opponent's highest Digimon, assuming it's lower than 12,000 DP or whatever he's at, and then unsuspend him, and then you can keep attacking their whole field even if their Digimon are unsuspended, effectively making it impossible for them to commit to the field because you're just going to attack over anything they play. So the Rust Tyrannomon effect that this Metal Greymon gives your cards is absolutely crazy, and then of course being able to reduce that effect with Nokia is just, oh god, it's so good, guys. This card is like low-key the MVP of this deck, and of course just playing other powerful cards, Omnimon Ultras, Dark Gaia Force, which I think is an absolute crazy card, and then just one Marcus. I didn't really think he was necessary. There was a couple of, you'll see in a bit, there's a couple of other cards that's testing out, like win rate 60%, etc. But I decided to just stick with the Tamer lineup here. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the list. Let's go ahead and get into some gameplay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. You also see I was testing out the Hawkmon in this build, which is a really cool card. It's on play. You get to add like a multicolored Digimon with red, I believe. But it wasn't explicitly necessary, especially because I wanted more Agumons to kind of work with Nokia. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead, Digivolve into the Hawkmon, and then Digivolve into Monochromon for one. You see the Metal Greymon in my hand. You see the BlackWarGreymon, the Analog Youth, all those cards. In fact, I think in my list I only was playing like one copy of the Secret Rare BlackWarGreymon, but I would definitely, I'd probably play like two or three of that card. It's insane with Metal Greymon. It's literally a board wipe. Okay, so that is definitely one revision I would make after testing this out for a while. So my opponent is going to go into, he's playing Imperial Dramon, he's going to go into the XVmon and then pass turn to me. I'm just going to pass turn right back to him and then play the Analog Youth, fetching the BlackWarGreymon to my hand, setting up for the next couple of turns. This, oh my god, this deck is just so crazy fun, guys. If you want to try these cards out, I'd highly recommend getting on tabletop or getting on DigimonCard.dev to at least build a deck with set 8 cards. It's so much fun. But anyways, my opponent is going to bring out his XVmon. Going to go ahead and swing at security. He does have a jamming because of the XVmon there, and then hits a Hawkmon security. And then we're going to see a Stingmon played for 3, leaving me at 2. So he is all set up for his DNA Digivolution in the next couple of turns. I was aware of that, but I decided I want to bring on the Monochromon because I can go into Metal Greymon for 4. Digivolve, use effect, de-digivolve your opponent's Digimon one stage, and then delete anything with 3000 lower, effectively just killing his XVmon. So powerful, especially for a level 5 Digimon, not to mention he is dual colored, so you can easily go into any of your red Greymons or your black Greymon. So my opponent is going to start with 2 memory. He's going to go into the Wormmon, which is really cool that it can digivolve on top of blue eggs as well. Has that really pesky effect that lets you DNA during like the end of your turn while that's like the last effect you're resolving. And then we're going to see XVmon Digivolve for 2, and then a Vmon played for 3, revealing the top 4 cards and adding any dual color Digimon with blue in its color to your hand. So we see the Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode as well as the Pyle Dramon. Fighter Mode is definitely really powerful. Depending on what he grabs, we can kind of figure out what his hand is. So he's going to grab the Pyle Dramon. Most likely did not have a DNA source because now he's set up with his 2 level 4s in play. So I need to get rid of something so that he cannot threaten my Metal Greymon. Although bottom decking 6,000 or lower is fine because Metal Greymon is 8,000. So anyways, I'm going to start with 3, play the Nokia Shiramine for 3 cost, letting me play the Agumon for 3 using his effect to reveal the top 3 cards and add any Greymon as well as an Omnimon to my hand, but just going to see the Metal Greymon Alterius mode, which is another card I really love, and it's super great in tandem with the black and red Metal Greymon. Sorry, lots of Greymons. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to suspend Nokia, evolve Alterius mode for 0, blow up the Stingmon because it is 4,000 or lower DP, so that is just such a nasty combo, being able to use these guys back to back. I've also got the Koromon, so if I decide to swing, I can draw a card, but probably not going to swing. I'm just going to wait until I can go into BlackWarGreymon. There's the win rate 100% there. That card basically makes any level 6 in your deck a 2 cost. You basically get to activate it. If you have a tamer, you can play it regardless of the color requirement, even though I do have white tamers. And you discard a card, and then depending on the color of the card you discarded, you can reduce the evolve cost of a card of that same color by 4, I believe. So the option card costs 2, effectively making it a 2 cost level 6. So anyways, we're going to see a Davis played, leaving me at 3. Some cards are going to go into my opponent's hand. Fortunately for me, he does not go into the Pyle Dramon this turn, debating whether or not to bring my rookie out, but probably just going to leave him so I can build up in the back in case we see maybe a Nidhogg or anything else hit the board that I just, that completely wipes my board. But I'm going to go into BlackWarGreymon for a cost of 3, suspending the Nokia when digivolving. If there's a red card in this Digimon source, you can choose a Digimon. If there's a black card, you can choose a Tamer, and then you basically get to destroy any combination of those that has 6 total play cost or lower, which is really, really fantastic because I can just delete the Davis. So it's a mini Zwart defeat effect. And then I'm going to swing, draw a card off the Koromon, hit into a Mega Death, which is extremely unfortunate, which suspends one of my Digimon and then bounces back the BlackWarGreymon to my hand. Unfortunate, but it's totally cool because I was able to get rid of the Davis, so I am definitely still in the lead here. I want to do something that will put him at 3 or less, so I think the best play would either to play another Analog Youth or another Greymon there, which, speaking of Analog Youth, he didn't actually trigger when the WarGreymon went back to my hand because it was returned to the hand, not deleted. Or anything like that. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but my opponent is going to, anyways, he's going to start to bring out the XVmon. Are we going to see another level 4 here? We're going to see a Stingmon maybe, or some sort of Digimon that allows him to go into the Jogress. No, we're just going to see a jamming XVmon, swings into security for 4,000. Of course, he's got jamming, so he is not going to die. But then now we are going to see the Stingmon played for 3, since he's got a blue Digimon, he can reduce the cost. And then because he's got the effect at end of the opponent's, or end of your turn, for your opponent's turn, you can just go ahead and DNA Digivolve into a Digimon to your hand, paying its memory cost, which happens to be 0 for Piledramon if you DNA Digivolve him. So then he's going to be able to go into Piledramon, unsuspend his Digimon, which actually he probably... better play might have been to go ahead and go over the Vmon that is suspended, so then I wouldn't be able to just run over it. But I don't know, maybe there's some strategy involved there. But anyways, he's going to go in Piledramon, bottom deck my Monochromon, but it doesn't matter because I've got the Metal Greymon, going to suspend Nokia to make it a 3 cost, so I don't have to pass turn. And the weird way his sources worked out, he's going to have the XVmon on top, 4,000 Digimon, so I've got the Metal Greymon that I can use to probably just swing over the jamming XVmon and then go into something like a BlackWarGreymon, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to swing at the XVmon, draw a card off of the Koromon. My guy is 8,000, he's going to survive, and just look at the card advantage I have, by the way. And then I'm going to go into BlackWarGreymon, use this effect, delete my opponent's Digimon since I've got red in its sources and his cost is 6 or lower. And then because my opponent's Digimon was deleted, I get to unsuspend BlackWarGreymon, and by the way, he is a blocker as well because of the Greymon in his sources. So that is just absolutely insane, being able to clear my opponent's board and then unsuspend my Digimon without even having reboot. Right, you honestly just don't even need it. And the cool thing is that you can play it in a red base that doesn't have access to reboot, and you're basically accomplishing the same thing. So then my opponent is just going to play the Vmon after digivolving that Stingmon in his breeding area, reveal some cards off of the top of his deck, add a dual color Digimon, which was the Imperial Dramon Dragon mode, I believe, and then leaving me at 1 memory. I don't have a memory tamer, but it's honestly does not really matter too much because I have access to Nokia, and BlackWarGreymon has just such a powerful on deletion of, on Digivolve effect. I don't really care that I have to pass turn to use it. So anyways, I'm just going to go ahead, swing at my opponent's Vmon because I've got the Metal Greymon underneath them that allows me to attack unsuspended Digimon, and then I'm going to be able to unsuspend, basically just getting a free attack, and I got to unsuspend because of the BlackWarGreymon's effect, since whenever your opponent's Digimon dies, you get to unsuspend this Digimon only once per turn, but it's just so powerful getting in multiple attacks. And then I'm going to pass turn, putting my opponent to 1 by just digivolving the Cyclomon, which is another really cool red and black Digimon inherited effect of deleting something with 2,000 or less. Doesn't come up too much in testing, but it is nice to just get rid of maybe stray level 3s or something. But anyways, my opponent is just going to start with 1, bring out the Stingmon. Nope, he's going to decide to keep it in. Maybe doesn't have the proper materials to go into a Jogress. But even if he does go into a Piledramon, it won't really do anything against the BlackWarGreymon. He'd have to have another out, even Dragon mode. Or even fighter mode don't really do anything against a 12,000 beater that can unsuspend. So anyways, drew into the Dark Gaia Force as well. You can tell the hand size is getting crazy. I'm actually really, really close to decking out. I don't know how many cards were in my deck at this point, but it was not that many. So anyways, I'm going to go into Metal Greymon, and then swing with the BlackWarGreymon, draw a card off of Koromon, and I do believe Koromon's mandatory. Trust me, guys, I would not be drawing if I didn't want to, but if that's not the case, you can fact check me, but I'm pretty sure it is. Anyways, just going to go ahead and attack into security, and then play another Analog Youth, which honestly was not the best idea, but it honestly, it doesn't matter at this point because I'm just so far ahead in terms of advantage and board presence. Like, look at this. I've got 2 powerful Digimon on the field, 3 Tamers in play. In case any one of my Digimon dies, I will be able to suspend both Analog Youths, gain 2 memory, and it's just crazy. And then, of course, I've got the Nokia to reduce costs as well. But nope, we're just going to see a Nidhoggmon, so not going to destroy anything here, but he will detach 4 to bottom deck my BlackWarGreymon, unfortunately, but leaving me with 3 memories, so that is totally cool. The cool thing about Nidhogg and that deck is that there's a lot of times you can detach 4 by using Nidhogg's Digiburst and still have material left over because you just have so many when you end up DNA Digivolving. That's a kind of cool interaction. Anyways, I'm going to start my turn by Digivolving into Agumon, the black Agumon there for 0, and then I'm going to potentially go into BlackWarGreymon, but I don't actually have any DP boosts on my Digimon, so it wouldn't really be beneficial for me to do that because I can't out the Nidhogg. Alter S also doesn't do anything against that. BlitzGreymon doesn't do anything. So I think my only real option here is to Dark Gaia Force and just get rid of the Nidhogg entirely. Dark Gaia Force, you need a black and a red on the field to use it because I've got the Metal Greymon. I can do that. And then it kills any combination of Digimon with 15 play cost total or less. So that's really, really cool. Very powerful utility card. You can stack it on 1 level 7, 1 level 6, or maybe if your opponent's got like the 4 or 5 rookies, they're playing Rookie Rush or something, you can just wipe their whole board. It's really cool. I love that card. My opponent is going to evolve in the back and then go double Ice Wall here. So if I do attack next turn, I will lose 4 memory. That is extremely annoying, but that's honestly okay. I can wait a turn. Anyways, he's going to play the Xvmon. I'm going to bring out my Agumon. So if I do attack, my turn will instantly be over, but it's going to be over because I've got the BlackWarGreymon anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and swing with the BlackWarGreymon. Its effect will unsuspend my Digimon. I'm going to lose 4 memory. And the really cool thing about this card is if I didn't get Ice Walled here, I would have basically infinite attacks with the BlackWarGreymon and the Metal Greymon as long as your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon or just like any Digimon field, because you can attack unsuspended Digimon. And if you attack the highest attack first, and then you just unsuspend, and it's not once per turn, so you can just keep doing that. It's literally like a Dimension Scissors on legs. It's crazy. I love this combo, and it's made this card very, very viable. That's another reason I love this game so much, because there can just be random cards that like come back into the meta. I mean, this card never was in the meta in the first place, but you guys know what I mean. It's just really cool all the new support BlackWarGreymon's getting. Anyways, my opponent is going to go into Rydramon, which is really, really cool. I love the Armor Purge effect. It gets you great value out of your level 4s. I'm going to attack with the BlackWarGreymon and then use his effect unsuspend because I'm attacking the Digimon on my opponent's field with the highest DP. Armor Purge is going to activate. It's going to get rid of the top card, and the Vmon technically should be suspended, but I'm going to run over anyways, unsuspend again, because again, that was the highest DP Digimon on my opponent's side of the field, and I'm just going to attack a 3rd time in security, reveal some cards off of off of that effect there from the Agumon, I believe, and then just go ahead and swing with the black Agumon. Only got like 2-3 cards left in my deck, but at this point it doesn't matter if I deck out, as long as I have 1 card left to draw. I'm most likely going to win next turn. It'd be kind of hilarious if I wasn't able to. But now you can see the issue is that my opponent just cannot commit to the field at all, because unless he just has a effect to blow up my BlackWarGreymon, I'm just going to attack over anything he puts on the field. It's really crazy. He literally cannot commit to the field, guys. Like, it's actually disgusting, the interaction with this in the Metal Greymon. So anyways, that's going to be pretty much game. My opponent's going to evolve, but it's going to pass over to me, and I'm just going to swing for game. So guys, that is going to be the video. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.